Welcome to Gapology Radio Podcast with authors Mark Tinas and Brian Brockhoff. We can be reached at gapology.org, and our books can be found at amazon.com.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Gapology Radio. This is the podcast where we talk about Gapology, IMBAR, and more. Let's give Mark Tinas a call and see what he's up to.
Hey Brian.
Hey Mark, how are you?
I'm great. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Surviving the snowstorms here in Kansas.
We've got a major rainstorm here in California, so...
Yeah, wow.
Snow in the mountains, not where I'm at.
Right. Well, you don't have to shovel rain.
True.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's really beautiful here with all the snow that we've had, but so much damage on these trees. It's just really terrible all over the city.
Wow. Well, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, that's crazy. So what would you like to cover this week?
I've got a 5-step process that I want to review with everybody, and it's another great podcast for sort of the start of the year to kick it off, to be in the time frame of New Year's resolution. So I call it setting the bar. Setting the bar.
Sounds good.
So step number 1 is just to understand what is the bar. So the bar is a set of expectations that you have for your team and for yourself. And most people make the mistake of not really having expectations for themselves. Most leaders, they'll set expectations for the team, but they won't take that to themselves. And it's critical that you set the bar, that you set high expectations for yourself. And through that, you lead the team, to even greater levels of execution and performance. So that's step number 1, just setting the bar. What do you think?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I think a lot of times we just don't, reflect inwardly on our own behaviors and what we can achieve and what we should be shooting for.
Yeah, exactly. So the second step is, who sets the bar? Well, most of us wait for the organization to set the bar. That's a big mistake. You set the bar. You own the bar. You set it. Take control of it. Own it. Set expectations that, may not be set by the organization, and don't wait for the organization. Some organizations don't have expectations that are clear, that are defined. Don't let that hold you back. Expectations drive performance. They drive your team's performance, and they drive your performance. So it's critical that you own it and you set the bar. So what do you think of that one?
Yeah, for sure. Oftentimes the organization sets bars that, on certain things that they're looking to achieve and things like that, which all that needs to be part of the bars that you're setting. But I think on an individual level, you can set much higher goals, higher expectations for yourself. So I think your own bar really should look much different.
Yeah, absolutely. So the third step is to over-communicate the bar. So always make sure your team knows where the bar is set, and ideally come back to it continuously. The greatest organizations I know review the bar, the expectations, weekly, not annually, not monthly, not quarterly. Come back to it every week. Make it part of the rhythm. Communicate where everybody's at, how they're doing, and in relation to the bar. And course correct and share, and you can drive performance to totally different levels. So over communicate the bar. One of the first questions I ask my team is simply, how we doing in relation to the expectations? Where are we at? And I'm just testing to see what they know, and if they know the expectations. That is absolutely critical. So over communicate the bar. Thoughts?
Yeah, and just keep at it. That's how people remember things. And if you think about winning leaders, they really want to know where they stand. So when you're reviewing the expectations, you're also reviewing the results and where you're at. Those winning leaders are going to be motivated by that.
Yeah, absolutely. So the fourth step is my favorite. And very few leaders do this. And it is to set the bar higher than the boss.
Yeah.
Set the bar higher than the boss. I am telling you that one of the keys to my career success has been setting the bar higher than the boss and outperforming whatever the expectation is that the boss has. That changes everything. Where does the boss, and again, I use that term loosely, and everybody knows what I mean by it, but where does the boss go when they need to find great performance? Well, they come to you if you're the one setting the bar higher than the boss and achieving that bar. So don't let the boss set your bar. Set it higher. Set it higher. And it will advance your career. We had an incredible run of success, at one organization. I spent, nearly 20 years there. And I always worked to set the bar higher than the boss. And that caused my boss often to get promoted, which caused me to get promoted. And it really helped my career. So I can't overemphasize that single step, enough. Be the one who sets that bar up there, and it will pay off for you. Thoughts on that one, Brian?
Yeah, I think you're the expert on your own limitations. Don't let your boss be the expert on your limitations.
Yeah, no, that's excellent. So the final step, and this one again it's often not known by leaders. They don't recognize it when they see it or hear it, and they may mistakenly buy into it. And I call it the progress trap. And that is teams I've worked with continuously focus on how far they've come and the progress they've made rather than where they need to go.
Yes.
So it's like looking in the rearview mirror versus looking out through the windshield and looking out to the path ahead and the road ahead and where they can go. And it doesn't mean you don't take pride in your accomplishments and where you've come from. But that's not where the bar is. The bar is somewhere out there farther. And you've got to constantly look out to the future and to where the bar is set now versus, but hey, we've made so much progress. It is a trap, and again, I call it the progress trap. And it really, at the end of the day, lowers the bar. You don't want that to happen. So congratulate the team on the progress made and move on, because the future is somewhere quite different than that. So what are your thoughts on that, Brian?
Yeah. I think when you're reviewing results, it's really a two-part process. So look at the results and recognize the success you've made, or offer correction ideas for things that you need to do to change things. And then draw a line in the sand and say, okay, so what are we going to do now? What's the future look like? Where is that bar? Where does it need to be? What does our behaviors need to look like? But it's really a two-step process. So reflect and then take action.
Yeah, I like that. So the 5 steps, to recap, of setting the bar are, so what is the bar? Define it for the team. Who sets the bar? It's got to be you. Take ownership for that. Thirdly, over-communicate the bar. Keep the team focused on the bar. Make sure they always know the expectations. Set the bar higher than the boss, higher than the organization. It will serve you well. And don't fall into the progress trap of looking where you've come from. Keep the focus on where you can go, what the potential is, and where the bar is set. So that's our advice for the new year. It can change the course of this year and any other year. So thanks, everybody.
Yeah, great job, Mark. All right, we'll talk to you later. All right, that'll do it for another week. For more information, head on over to our website, gapology.org. We've got details there on our workshops and on our books. Also, you can feel free to reach out to us at contact@gapology.org as well. Everyone have a fantastic week. We'll talk to you soon.
This has been a Gapology production. Visit us at gapology.org.